wow. Okay, guys. Sorry I'm running a few minutes late tonight. Sorry about that. I was just busy doing some other stuff, eating. Just got home from my watering hole for a little while, so I'm going to sound a little funky looking monkey. Let's get this light turned on. Maybe more light on the subject would work. And that, so, okay, I hope I shared everything on social media here in recent times and that. Don't know if I'm able to read the chat tonight because I don't have the cell phone on me. I'll try. If someone's just say hi real quick, that would be very helpful after I get this up. Because last time I went live here, I was unable to read none of the chats on this screen. And Angie's not home. She has her cell phone. I'm going to get the computer going so I can just look over there real quick and see if I can reply that way. It's like old school junk and that. So let me get this going over here. I'll be back over there in a second. Da 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 da. Okay, let me see if I can see the chats. Over here. Oh boy, I can just read the chats tonight. All right, good. That's a good thing. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to know all these people, so I apologize for that. Always, YouTube screwed up. I recognize Mark. I do not recognize this R. Hi there. And that. Let me Google it real quick. I'll find out who it is. It's not that hard. Go to channel and oh, it's Rich Zimmerman. Oh, it's Rich Zimmerman. I wonder if it's one of my classmates. It says Rich Zimmerman. I wonder if it's one of my classmates. Rich, are you one of my classmates? Rich Zimmerman, are you one of my classmates? Put a yes or no on it. All right, yes. All right, good. Hello, Rich. How you doing? It's been a while and that, so hope you had fun at Slops. Yes, you guessed it right there. I had a nice little, been there since early afternoon. Just got home like about an hour or so ago. And just finished up. Oh, Rich Zimmerman is one we worked together, not my classmates, but one we worked together, yeah, at Skyline and that, so. What else is going on today? Like I said, okay, I saw some news, not news. I did mention when we talk about amusement parks and other issues and all that stuff on this live stream. Of course, everybody knows I've shared a few amusement parks on my channel. I did Cedar Point for 4 days, 2 back-to-back days at Cedar Point back in 2016 and 2023. I did 3 years in a row for Adventureland. I did one at Arnold Park. I did one at Kings Island, Great America, and Worlds of Fun. And don't forget, I just showed somebody the famous video from the park in Phoenix, Arizona. It's called Castles and Coasters, when Angie and I played. This is almost like Return of Chuck Chats. Yeah, almost. the return play when we did the mini golf, where basically Angie putted a ball, went up over the one hill, failed to make the second hill because the hole was in between the two hills, and I putted my ball. It went awry. I mean, went so awry, it hit Angie's ball right into the cup. That means Angie technically got a hole in one without taking a second putt. I showed that to people who was avid golfers, and they said, yep, Angie's got a hole in one right there. They did verify that. Yay! Congratulations to Angie. Got a hole in one courtesy of me through Castles and Coasters and that. Okay, I've been hearing the news on other YouTube channels. There's some parks that is threatening to close. Most of the Six Flags / Cedar Fair parks are closing in 2026. Some has closed already this year. Someone turn off your bright lights outside. And that. Classic content, Chuck. Yeah, that was classic content. That was. But Angie got a hole in one, courtesy of me. There's a new park. I want to get a video on it myself before. I've been hearing another YouTube channel out there has proposed and maybe heard rumors himself that this park is scheduled to close in the next year or so after they just got done putting a what they call a carbon copy RMC Raptor Track roller coaster that was supposed to go to another park, but it went to this park in Iowa instead. We're talking about Lost Islands theme park on that. It is relatively a brand new park. It doesn't have a whole lot of attractions. Now, let me explain this situation because I noticed I've been a big amusement park fan myself all these years, and I noticed since the pandemic, I noticed a lot of these parks has been lacking the live entertainment, because they want to cut costs. They didn't cut costs. They cut the live entertainment to raise the prices. And that, I noticed that. I don't buy into that crap. And that. So that's what makes it hard to go to these amusement parks. Because when you go to these amusement parks back in the day, hi, AB fan, and that. Yep, in near Toronto, that's on my bucket list. And they got a ride I really want to film there. A flat ride, they really want to film there. It's one of the most unique rides built by Intamin, so I want to film that ride. I want to get up there as soon as possible. Can I go up there today if it's open? But yeah, but Lost Island here in Waterloo, Iowa is just off. It is, I don't know. We were past it in 2020. I never saw any of the construction of it. It was just probably built from the ground up. I don't know. I don't remember passing it at all and all that stuff and that. But it's a park I'm planning to do this vacation coming up. This this coming up. I'm going to talk to Angie about it and see if that's going to happen. We did promise to go to Chicago, but I'm going to try to figure out how to make it happen. I want to make it happen because that's a park I really need to put on this channel to help the influence, to get people to realize, hey, there is another amusement park besides Adventureland, besides Arnold's Park. There's Lost Island, and that. It's really, like I said, it's really a new amusement park. It's basically barren land. They want to expand, but they have to get the people to come there. And this is where my biggest issue will come in play. Lack of live entertainment. I don't think they offer a lot live entertainment. Hey, Oxygen, how you doing? Known as Overlax, but we call him Oxygen here on the channel. That's his real name. Hi, Oxygen, how you doing? And that, so, It's just, to me, the lack of entertainment. If you go back to our you gotta go back to our 2019 video where we did Adventureland for the first time here on the channel, where I showed a live stage. The stage coming from the ground up. Adventureland used to have a nice stage show from the ground up. It will rise, when I said, "Rise, my son, rise," and the stage will rise up from the ground up. This is the roof of the stage. It will just rise up. And the performer is right there ready to perform. I've been there for many, many years. I mean, it was just a great aspect of what used to be that area called Soda and Sound. Now they gave it some crappy, junky, retarded name. So I use the word retarded, but I don't want to use mentally challenged because mentally challenged are more smarter than that. So that was used to perform. That was when we had showed an entertainer named Brad Winston. He does juggling, ball tricks on his golf clubs and all that stuff. Used to be big on Jay Leno, Helen DeGeneres shows and all that stuff. He does the circuit, but before they terminate his contract, he did like 6 to 8 years at Adventureland Park here in Iowa, which was a very popular entertainment. Ben Newland magic shows been there forever and ever, and we're past the Palace Theater. Nothing really happens in that Palace Theater. The last performance they had at Palace Theater was the Chinese acrobats. They used to do music reviews. And, of course, in the early years of Adventureland, Adventureland was guilty of this, to have the smallest dolphin pool, the smallest dolphin pool for dolphin shows and sea lion shows. Hey, Lynn, how you doing? And it was just that was a nightmare pool. They used to do high diving shows there at one time that flopped like miserably. Then they did a local game show on that amphitheater. Now the amphitheater is now occupied with a ride called the Underground, an indoor roller coaster, which they just reopened a couple years ago with some new animatronics in that. So, but getting to Lost Island, it's a relatively new park. Not a whole lot of scenery, not a whole lot of entertainment, live entertainment offers on it. It's something that we're planning to do in 2026. Heaven forbid it does not shut down immediately. I'll probably be making an edited video on that in the near future. What would Adventureland do if they acquire some of that rides? Is it a buy or a sell type videos if Lost Island was forced to close in some form? Because that is an outer way amusement park. Interstate 80 is a major thoroughway from coast to coast. That is a major thoroughway. It's just not too far away from I-35, which is a major thoroughway from up north to down south, up there by Duluth, down south to down to Texas. So you got two major thoroughways, but I-35 sits about 3 to 4 miles west of Adventureland. If they put billboards saying Adventureland 3 miles this way on both directions, that would be great. That would be a great advertising way to do it. But like I said, Adventureland is under new ownership. It's through Herschend Entertainment, which is a very positive deal on it, I would say. And I'm hoping they catch one of my videos. I talk about what Adventureland should do when they involve certain rides in that park and that, because that's my amusement park. I've been used to go there from every year from 1977 all the way up till 1992. Then all of a sudden, I just stopped going for some reason. Probably because of lack of live entertainment. At my age, at 58 years old, I'm not there for the rides. I want to be there for the live entertainment. I noticed this happen at Great America, Six Flags Great America. They closed half their theaters in favor for indoor rides, indoor dark rides and that. I've been to one entertainment at Great America on a recent trip. Didn't really talk about it on that video because I think I missed a lot of clips on that video for some reason. I missed a lot of clips on that. I didn't properly download the entire video clips on that, but I went to one of the indoor theaters and had a nice show there, which was pretty good. Oh, you put a website up. Okay. I'm hoping people will attend there. If you like going to amusement parks, please attend that park. Give it some love, because we're going to show them some love this summer. Hopefully, we will ourselves, and that. So we got to start building up funds for that particular park. It's going to be a one-day adventure. I guarantee we're not going to be there all day, because there's not a whole lot there. But we'll just show what we have. They have a nice Ferris wheel. They have 4 roller coasters. 3 of them is inverted. And they have 1 trash coaster, which which a lot of people did not care for. They brought it in. It was a Vekoma SLC looping coaster, inverted looping coaster. It was one of those that is a piece of junk from start to finish. Still a piece of junk from start to finish. And it still looks like a piece of junk from start to finish. It's just a junky roller coaster. They should have never gone to that route. The one they brought in from overseas was an Intamin launch coaster. Not as big, not as tall, but it was the ride that people enjoyed and all that stuff. And of course, they just usually put in website. There's a new theme park. Okay, Lost Island, Waterloo, Iowa. It's just somewhere off of Interstate 380. You really got to go out of your way to find it. I mean, I thought Cedar Point, you had to go out of the way to find it, but Cedar Point was already established. They had signs pointing your way to it and how to get to it, which I appreciate. It just helps us out. Without the GPS, it just shows you how to get there. And we were happy that we were there. I featured it in 2016. I also featured it in 2023 again, back-to-back days on that. I just got done rewatching our very first trip there. I could not believe the changes that was changed there. Back then, that was before the pandemic. I think most of the changes was after the pandemic, because there used to be I remember when we went, there was a BMX live, an outdoor theater. It was a BMX live show, an outdoor amphitheater they used to have there. You had like BMX shows there. You had an ice skating show across the way there. And you had some other indoor theaters. And of course, you had that big white screen for the nighttime show. For the laser light show there, if I remember showing it on the video or not. But otherwise, all those are gone right now. All those are gone. I think 2016 was the one we did not have the screen. I just got done rewatching it, and did not offer that screen laser light show. But the years before before we had our YouTube channel, there was a laser light show there that was fantastic. Really fun to do. Way to cap off your night there at the park. That was the best way to go in that. So, and live entertainment, it's been really lame. I just got done watching another YouTube video talking about how Disney cut back on their live streams. It's, for some reason, they cut the costs. They want to cut the costs. They slash the costs. They slash the costs. They slash the costs. And guess what? people at my age and older go to these amusement parks for the live entertainment. I mean, it's like a 20, 30-minute show, and you do it like 3 or 4 times a day, and you slash the cost, and guess what? We stop paying money for it. So it's not a good business sense to slash the cost, slash the entertainment, when the older folks now doesn't have a reason to go to these parks, because that's what they go for, is the live entertainment. And that I love the live entertainment at the amusement parks, because you get a small break from riding the rides, eating the food. You have a nice big lunch. You don't want to barf it up on a ride. You take in a show. After a meal, you take in a show. And that's why I miss about Adventureland. They used to have the big Adventureland for live entertainment. They had the Ben Watson. They had the circus. They had Ben Ewan's magic show. They usually have a random parade up and down its main street at one time. I mean, it's just all changed and all that stuff. Let me see what Mark has to say. Yeah, it's now owned by Six Flags. Six Flags and Cedar Fair has merged and that. And all these loss of live entertainment in these amusement parks happened since the pandemic of 2020. And that. So most of the entertainment, and some of the parks has already eliminated, like Adventureland has already eliminated some of the entertainment prior to 2020. Just give the honest truth on the situation. Adventureland got rid of some of the live entertainment as early as 2001, 2002. Believe it or not, they got rid of their Palace Theater entertainment. They turned it into a indoor restaurant. Not indoor restaurant, but indoor party place you can book a party for a big corporation party. And how many big corporation parties book a party at an amusement park nowadays? So I wouldn't do it. And that, so yeah. Yeah, the pandemic 2020. Yeah, boo the pandemic. And that, so hang on a second here. Couldn't get away from it, guys, so I do apologize on that, in that situation. What else? I had to look over my monitor on the computer, just make sure no one didn't do any channel memberships and all that stuff. So, as we go into 2026, our plans is go to at least 2 amusement parks this year, coming up in 2026. We'll spend a few hours at Lost Island. I'm not going to spend a whole day there, because I'd rather spend the whole day at Adventureland, because Adventureland is more well-established park and all that stuff. And I have a video out what Adventureland should do in the near future, especially with a vacated ride that's standing but not operating. That's a very piece of valuable land that you can there's a lot of options I did mention in that video back a few months ago here on the channel. If you have not checked it out, please check it out on that. So actually, if I can, I'll try to put that link up right now. Give me time, I'll put that link up right now if I can. Okay, try to find that link. Oh, gotta go back, gotta go back, guys. I bet you Mark finds it before I do. Videos, I gotta go back. I know I made it last summer. Okay, here it is. I found it. Maybe put this up real quick. I'll be there in a second, guys. I'm just putting this up real quick. Okay, there's the link right there. I just posted that link up, guys. So please check out that video. That was the video I made about what eventually I should do in some of that valuable land. That valuable land was, yeah, like Mark said, it was valuable land where a raging river is standing, not operating. And they should just rip that ride out, rip it to the bone. Just because one thing I hate about the six raft ride, water ride, they all tend to flip over really easy. And there's a lot of amusement parks just put new installations of the very same raft. If you look at one of my Cedar Point videos where I show you a 12-man raft, how bigger it is, the bigger the raft, it's hard to flip over unless you have a real rogue wave. And, you know, it doesn't matter if it's nature-made or man-made waves, you're going to get a rogue wave. A rogue wave is just an unpredictable, huge wave that comes out of nowhere. And it does not matter if it's man-made or nature-made. It's what it is. It's a rogue wave. It will be created one form or another. If it's man-made, man-made is more likely it's going to happen more than nature. But when it does happen in nature, that's what's going to happen. That's what makes the raft flip over. That makes a lot of boats flip over. You don't want rogue waves. And you don't want to deal with rogue waves as a boater. Or if you're at an amusement park enjoying a raft ride. But those big 12-man rafts, I showed it at Cedar Point a couple of times. They're huge rafts, and they're hard to flip over in that. So I never heard one flipped over. But the 6-man raft, I heard a lot of them got flipped over. And unfortunately, the one that eventually I did flip over in that. So, yeah. How you doing? There you go. If I can figure out the person's name. Transformer, how you doing? They're fun, yeah. So, but yeah, it is not fun and that. So, and I want to check out Lost Islands, what they have. They invested a lot of money on. Like I said, there was another YouTuber thinking it will close to lack of support, which is unfortunately. And I have seen parks not getting attended very well recently. I noticed on our last trip to Cedar Point, tennis somewhat was kind of down in some form. We did see long lines on Valhaven, and a roller coaster with those long lines, it ain't like it used to be. The longest line I seen at Cedar Point was from Maverick. That's their basically their biggest ride. They have, it's not the biggest ride. It's about average size, but it's just a perfectly made launch coaster. Linear induction motors, perfectly launched coaster. It's like I said, it's not too huge. It was only like maybe 100 feet high first lift hill. It was linear induction motor, 95-degree angle drop, a shoulder bench lands, monster ride here on the channel, which is praised by a lot of YouTubers. Theme Park Worldwide praised it. Coaster Studios praised it. They also praised the new S&S Freespin coaster, which is one side has a lot of rotations, the other one not so much rotation. But it all depends how you sit. I learned a secret. It all depends where you sit on those rides. That allows you to flip a lot on one side, maybe a little bit more on the other side. Who knows? One's supposed to be a wild ride, one's supposed to be a mild ride. And that. I have not rolled one of them. Belly's too big for it. And that. That's all. But yeah, that's be coming up hopefully here on the channel. I'll try to go to both parks. Chicago is not out of the question, but we are planning Chicago, hopefully. Knock on wood. That's not wood, plastic, you heard. But still, we're planning to go there. And of course, coming up is I want to show you probably one of the biggest and best county fairs anywhere in our region is the Mississippi Valley Fair. I really want to do 2 days there. One, just kind of show you what the fair is all about. The other day is what I recommend, what you do there. But I am planning to do a couple live streams there. 1 or 2 live streams there. I'm planning to do a daytime live stream. And I'm also planning to do a nighttime live stream there. So it's just going to be how, hopefully, they allow me to bring my gimbal in, basically. I want to go live there. And I need the gimbal for a sturdy photo, which is basically, you're not taking on any rides, in other words. And that, so. Bum on that idea. But yeah, give you a general idea what I would love to go to one of our local fairs here, but it's small. It's a small fair, and that maybe I'll do that sometime in the future. Who knows how we're gonna go about it and all that stuff. I did review one of our videos. We're talking about a potential Amtrak trip, which I'm not writing it off yet. Just going to be a while for that venture. From Galesburg to Emeryville, California via the California Zephyr. Have a layover in Emeryville. Catch a train from Emeryville to LA to on the Coast Flyer. I forgot what it is. It's something with, I forgot the name. Lynn, you're on here. Remind me on that train. If you're on here on the chat, remind me on that train before you sign off on that. Star Coast Limited, Star Coast Express, whatever it is. I forgot what the name was in that. So, but also do a couple days in LA and all that stuff. And I think that is Thomas from Arizona. How you doing, Thomas? T is for Thomas, Arizona guy. How you doing? And that. So we'll probably finish it up on the Southwest Chief. Don't know how soon we're going to do that. We're in contact with a few Las Vegas content creators off and on during the live streams, and they all want us back ASAP for some reason, which is basically, that's cool with us if we had the money, honey, and all that stuff, and that. I recently posted a video about boating dreams. Let's just explain what I mean by boating dreams is on that video. If I have not gone into details on that, I'll go on details on it right now. I've been watching a few videos in the past 30 days where it's something called the America's Great Loop. It's an association of boaters. It's a group of boaters form an association, and they go cruising around the Great Loop of the United States and Canada. And that. There's different routes in some parts of the country, but they said the safest route in the United States to take is go down through the Calumet River to the Illinois River, down the Illinois River, down the Mississippi, go up to Missouri, and go to another river to Kentucky, take that navigable rivers down to Mobile, down to Florida, hang out in Florida in the month of December and early January, work your way up the East Coast. Time to get to the Erie Canal, they should be open for the spring and summer. And once you get through the Erie Canal, you got to make sure you have the proper clearance. Your boat cannot be so high. Especially if you do the Illinois River, it cannot be no higher. The boat from water level to the height of the boat, from water level to the height of the boat, cannot exceed 19.9 feet. In other words, keep it around 19 feet, you're fine. Erie Canal, they only got one bridge that clears 21 feet. You're fine there. Most of the bridges in Florida, you're fine there. And if you plan to do get this, Mark, if you plan to do the Trent Severn Waterway, that's an Erie Canal up in Canada. It's in the Canadian border, so you got to have your passport, you got to have your approval, pay for your passes and all that stuff. Get border clearance, all that stuff. You cruise a bunch of series of locks, which there is 3 key items in that waterway. It is a must do if you're a boater. It's the lift lock going up through Scarborough, a suburb of Toronto. It's a lift bridge. It's a lift lock where basically you go through like a lock, but the pool and boat will rise up like a water level, like a water table going up to the upper level, and releases there, and you cruise the rest of the canal. Then they got one that drops you from that higher level down to a lower level. But before you get to that, there was called the Big Chute. The Big Chute is a train ride for your boat. Yeah, a train ride for your boat. That's why they have to maintain a maximum of 6 foot depth on your boat. But they recommended 4.5 feet of depth in that boat. That would have been, you just load your boat onto on a rail platform. There's conveyor belts that hold your boat up. It will take a train ride up over the hill, down over the major hill, going down into a lower water pool. It's called the Big Chute, and holy cow, it's like having a train ride with your boat. And that's basically what it is, a train ride for your boat. So you go up a higher water level, and it goes the other way. Go from water level up to a higher level if you're going the opposite direction in that. Then the only thing that is a negative on that whole lock system is the one at Trenton. not Trenton, but Severn Lock, which is only it's only a mere 23 feet wide. Whatever it is in meters, it's that wide and it's not that long. It's one of the smallest locks in the whole system. So if you're planning to go on your dream boat, it better not be no longer, they said no longer than 80 feet long and no longer than 20 feet wide if you're guaranteed to get through the system. Basically, that's what it is. And the water depth cannot exceed beyond 5 feet if you are guaranteed through the system. And that without any issues. Because you gotta have room for your propeller to move. And that would be a great trip through that. But if your boat is too big for that, knowing your boat's too big, there is an American route you can take to. Or you don't want to deal with the politics of having a passport, clearance, declaring items through customs and all that stuff, doing all that paperwork of leaving the country, re-entering the country, to stay along the United States shore, water lines, you're fine. That means you're going through the Soo locks, everything and that. So, yeah, the Great Loop Association, for the ones who are boaters, check that out. If you want to, it takes about, they said it takes, you can take anywhere from 6 months to a year to do that whole course. The Great American Loop. But they recommend the United States portion in the southern parts in Florida, do that during the fall and winter. Do up the East Coast during the springtime and hit Canada and Lake Michigan during the summer months. So as soon as you hit the Illinois River, you're going into early fall season. So like mid to late September, you want to hit that area too. But down south, you want to be in Florida no earlier than early November, because November ends the hurricane season. Insurance reasons. Insurance will tell you that they don't want your boating down that area because of hurricane season down there. So wait till like first week of November to hit that area. Stay in Florida for a while, then start working your way up to Lake Erie. At time mid-May, late to mid-May open. I have heard of the Trent Severn area as well. Yeah, that's. I just saw a series of videos. There was an American that went through that. They had an amazing time through there. They must have spent about almost like 3 weeks going through that waterway. They stopped at almost every town they had and spent money up there. That's what it is. And that. But yeah, hurricane season, if really you want to avoid the hurricane season down in Florida. Hurricane season in Florida and up the East Coast mainly. Especially in that time of year and all that stuff. I got a reply to a comment from Lynn Smith enjoying the Christmas lights I just posted tonight here on the channel. For the ones who have not seen it, please check out that video when I get done with this live stream here. That's a great video. It's the Christmas version of the Grinnell family lights. I've been hearing some rumors that it's going to be the final time this year. They're talking about moving to a new location. But hopefully for us, I hope they say they would, but they want to expand their property more, so in other words, they have to buy another piece of land that's much bigger so they can expand. And they gotta make sure those searchlights are okay in that area too, and that so. And they're not too close to the hospital either, so that's probably why they want to relocate and all that stuff. So I don't blame them in that situation. And that. Okay, live streams for upcoming up next week. I gotta double check my calendar here real quick if I can find my calendar. I got Rudy's calendar over here. Let me check that out. I'll let you guys know on next week's live stream schedule. And that's all. Today's being the 16th. So next week's live stream schedule is so next week's live stream schedule, I'm planning to go 2 live streams next week because it is the week of Christmas. Don't know if I'm going to do the regular Monday or not. Angie got stuck working on Tuesdays now for some reason. 2 of our co-workers does not get along with each other. So right now they're basically working together and that. Let me find out who this is. I'm sorry, but YouTube really screwed this up recently on me. So we'll see who this is. I'll Google it real quick. It's not that hard. Go to the channel and all that stuff. And it should tell me Ludwig, if I pronounce it right, Ludwig? Ludwig, how you doing? I guess that is a kind of a Polish German or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. And that, so hello to the channel. Welcome. And that, so that's one thing I don't hardly do anymore. I should be doing more of this and that, so. A recent live stream of the Canadian Pacific Holiday Train is almost at 500 views. Even it does have copyright, boo, but it's almost approaching 500 clicks on that video, on that live stream. Please check it out. Our Canadian Pacific Holiday Train that is wrapping up here real quick for this year. And our train that we had here earlier, late last month, featured JJ Wild and Smash Mouth. That's why I got the views, I guess. If anybody wants to post that link up, I can do it real quick myself. It's really not a problem. But yeah, check that live stream out if you all can. If you want to see one of our local parades here in town, we do have the Halloween parade here and all that stuff. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of those videos. I just watched a Vegas live streamer, goes by Vegas Unlocked. They talked to the GM on the recent live stream last week. Technically, last week. They talked to a GM of Fremont Street. We have, he said hi to our channel. Don't know if I got his old image on or not. But he said hi to us, and he was very cordial, very concerned, and all that stuff. And according to his observation, downtown Las Vegas is still going to be busy as heck on weekends. It's going to be it's going to be pretty busy during the off days, offsetting. They're into a slow period of time right now, where basically after the first of the year, this is going to be the slowest time of the year until St. Patrick's Day. Then things pick up in Vegas. So, but yeah, numbers are down in Vegas on the Strip. I don't blame them. If I had my advice on Vegas, I stay downtown. Hotel rates are cheaper. Resort rates are far cheaper. Parking fees, if you're going to pay for parking fees, it's pretty cheap. But if I had one place I would avoid all that, is my choice of staying downtown Las Vegas. It is called the El Cortez. I'll tell you the reason is, I'm basing this by my personal experience with the El Cortez on our recent trip, on our recent 2 trips to the El Cortez. The El Cortez offers free parking if you're a high tier player, free parking if you're 50 and older, and free parking if you're staying at the location. And that if you're staying at the hotel, that means if you're staying at the hotel, obviously you're going to be playing at that hotel. You're going to be eating somewhere in that hotel property. You're going to be doing a lot of stuff on that property. That's why they offer free parking. And they give you a nice little armband to, not just for your key to get into the rooms and also into your elevators. Also, you show that key, that wristband to the security so they don't charge you for parking. Because it proves that you're staying there. Otherwise, you have to show them your Players Club card, or you have to prove through your ID that you're 50 and older. And otherwise, you got to pay at least $10 plus for parking in that property. Just let you guys know that. I'm just basing it by my personal experiences. So if you plan to go to Vegas, if you plan to drive, stay at the El Cortez. You do Four Queens. Four Queens has, you can get free parking if you're, you only get free parking if you're gambling in the property or eating on the property. But staying at the hotel by itself is not going to cut it, because you got to prove that you're playing on the property and you got to prove that you're eating on the property. You know, you're spending money on the property, but the hotel ain't going to cut it. And you get free parking regardless. Just go up to guest services there when you check in, and they'll validate your parking and just get you a pass to scan on the way out. Find out how long that pass is good for. That's what I would recommend. Find out how long that's good for. And that. And that's all. Yep, our shipping season just ended here. I just made a video talking about that just recently. Our shipping season, it just ended just last week up here. And Lockdown 19 down in Keokuk just ended it earlier this week. So the Mississippi River bar shipping season is done already this year. It was like a few days early, but there's a couple major projects they need to get going now for repairs for the lock system. And I think the Soo locks on the Great Lakes system will close in January as scheduled. When they close the Soo locks, that means shipping between the lakes, Ever Lakes, and Lake Superior is done until the Soo locks reopen. One of these days, I'm going to put together a bunch of videos on Vegas, what I recommend for Vegas and that. So. Yeah, we got to wish Elfrida a happy birthday. I have not done that yet. Yeah, it's Rudy's wife, Elfrida, who's a commenter on our channel once in a while. We want to wish her a happy birthday and all that stuff. So that'll work just as well. December 16th, which is today. It is her birthday. Thank Mark for posting that up. So happy birthday to Elfrida, Rudy's Derek's wife, and that. So how about that? And Rudy put up a holiday train to himself, but he had different performers on his train and that. So yeah, it has different performers on each train. I didn't realize that till this year. They scheduled a lot of different performers and that. Our train is now entering its fourth and final set of performers, couple. And I think the Canadian version is just straight bare naked ladies for the rest of the way when they get done and that. So our train that was here ends in Calgary, while the other train ends near British Columbia, near Vancouver, if I'm not mistaken on that. So no successful run of the Canadian Pacific holiday train, or we call now the CPKC train, because reason it's CPKC because they merged with Canadian Pacific, Southern Pacific in recent years. So it was a train based out of Kansas and that. So that's why they merged with them, because now it gives that train operation more loads to Chicago, more trips into Chicago, and also gives them the international route too, that they really, really need on that. So, and all that stuff. Even with the Trump tariffs, taxes, international trade is still king, I guess. That's how our country was originally founded, believe it or not. That's how our country was originally funded, was through tariff tax. Yeah, the Boston Tea Party 2.0. Yep. What else is going on? Speaking of railroads, I kind of missed the Chicago Northwestern Railroad. That was my railroad that my dad used to work for. And that I do have an electronic sign on it. I don't have it plugged in tonight. Maybe some other time when Angie's with me, we'll plug it in next time. Lynn Smith always loves that sign when I plug it in and that. So, and when Rob T comes in once in a while, he loves it too when I plug it in. But I'm not plugging it in tonight and that. So, what else is going on? Today, I forgot what else I was going to talk about today. If I had any issues in recent weeks right now, I'm looking at the weather forecast for the next few days. There may be a possibility next week. I'm looking at a day, if it's not too slushy, if it's not too cold, not too slushy, I am planning a walking live stream, probably before Christmas. I'll just have to see how that goes and all that stuff. I can relate to that, Chuck. Yep. So we're planning on a walking live stream probably a week before Christmas. I saw the weather forecast. I just don't know why not, because our weather is going to be, the next few days is going to be above normal that we had. When I'm filming today's video, we reached the high of 39 degrees Fahrenheit. Imagine that in Celsius. And that, so yeah, imagine that in Celsius, and that. So, but for us, that's Fahrenheit. That is still on the cold side. It's not going to get below freezing until 4 in the morning. So I can go out for a nighttime walk if I wanted to tonight without having the risk of slipping on black ice and that, which is okay. I can do that. Yep, it's been warming up. I'm just hoping we still have a white Christmas. That's what I'm still hoping for, a white Christmas. Because if it's not a white Christmas, it's not Christmas at all. Especially if you're in my neck of the woods, on north. And that. I think it's like 1 or 2 years we did not have a white Christmas and that. So, and kids always keep asking, how does the reindeer land on the roof? It's called wheels on the sleigh. I don't know what the temperature I have. My thermostat here says 36 degrees Fahrenheit. I think that's a little warm. I'm more leaning on 33 Fahrenheit right now, basically. old ones who have not been following our channel lately, let me tilt this way. Let me put this right there. That's our 2 inflatables that we have on our patio, which is cool. We always enjoy those First time in about 3 years we put those up. And our neighbors seem like they love it because it just adds an extra holiday feel to that and all that stuff. Oh, I hope I didn't break the camera. Trying to get my thing to stay there, but that's okay. So that'll work. Okay, we're good right there. I'm good. Thunder Bay first is 2 years ago. Yeah, it's unusual when you get a green Christmas up north and that. So the only thing I failed to get on the new camera, I wish I would, was earlier this month, was the Aurora Borealis, the Northern Lights. I would love to capture it on my new camera because it's supposed to work in low light situation. That would have been awesome. Unfortunately, the other camera could not pick it up. Actually, I'm filming a video on that camera today. Let's put it this way. I'll let you guys be a judge of it, okay? I did attempt to do something today, but guys, channel members going to have to figure it out tomorrow. Everybody else going to have to figure it out next week and that. So let's put it this way. Some good news, bad news. Bad news, good news. Whatever it is. It's news. And it's fake. Because we know why? Because we don't believe in real news on this channel no more nowadays. Alright, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap this up, guys. It's just fun. I just had to talk about the amusement park situation. The future of Lost Island Amusement Park here in Iowa. As far as I know, it's in jeopardy. As far as I know, it's going to be open next year, but after that, we don't know. I would love to go there just to get a local view of it. That would be great. Maybe another Adventureland videos and possibly do some local fair activities here. Possibly a trip to Chicago. Who knows what I might do in Chicago? Might go live along the Chicago River. From walking from one direction to the other. Or go the same direction. We get that wonderful sunset and all that stuff. Who knows? I haven't decided yet on that. We'll let you guys know when that comes up as we get closer to August. I'm planning to do it in August and all that stuff. So we'll just have to keep that in mind. All right, Vegas is going to happen in 2027 for my 60th birthday. We're heading out again in probably early September. So I'm out there during the week of my birthday. I'm planning to be out there, and I'll try and get some tip videos going prior to do that. What I recommend. I already mentioned on this earlier in this live stream. I would recommend downtown and that. So So right now, like I said, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Check out our content. Come on, guys. You guys subscribe. Don't like our videos and you're unsub all of a sudden. We like to say, check out our content. I know patio chats are boring. Chats in here is boring. But when you're 58 years old, you can't get out and about. It's not going to be as easy, but I'm planning to be out and about the next couple of days. Hopefully do some out and about videos and all that stuff. Check our polls. I do have that poll tab on. I do have that poll still available. You can still vote on it on the holiday train that we did here on the channel. Please watch that and give us a vote what you guys think of it. And that we need a few more votes on it. It was a pretty good vote, 25 votes. Come on, let's get up to 30 votes on it. Watch that live stream when we get done with it. And of course, don't forget our Grinnell Family Lights I just did on this channel, because that is an awesome light show with the new camera that we have today. Hey, Brandon, how you doing? Yeah, you're always late. You're always late with an important date. But that's okay. At least you chimed in and that. So, yeah, check out the Grinnell Family Life if you had not checked it out. If you want to watch it again, feel free to do so because, hey, sometimes watching it twice is just as nice in case you missed something on it. All right. Like I said, always doesn't matter if you really enjoy any live streams or edited videos, smash that like button. It really helps out. Don't forget, please leave a comment on any of our edited videos or this live stream. It would really help out. Let's kick that algorithm ass because it's been beating us up lately. It does not get recommended if you guys do not leave a thumbs up or leave a comment down. In other words, if you guys do not react to the videos in way or form, our videos does not get recommended. So help us out in that area. So basically, it'll get us noticed much bigger and all that stuff. And maybe we'll improve our content along the way. All right, we're out here. Please like, share, subscribe, don't forget to subscribe button and notification bell. We'll check you guys out later next week. I'm planning on doing 2 live streams. Monday, and what else is going to be another day? I don't know. I haven't decided yet. All right, we'll check you guys out later. Don't forget to check out our other videos, and we'll see you on the next one.